Well, greetings, and we are into the Mardi Gras season. First of all, before I talk about Mardi Gras and Lent, which will be coming up, I wanted to acknowledge and to give thanks to Christ in the City. About 100 young adults gather together once a month on a Tuesday night at Notre Dame Seminary for an hour of Eucharistic adoration. And I had the privilege to be able to join that group last night and to lead that prayer, and then to have them over to my house, my home, for a reception. And it just was very invigorating for me, and just a reminder to me, again, of how alive the young adult church is in the Archdiocese of New Orleans. And I say this to say thank you to so many young adults, not only in Christ in the City, but in Theology on Tap and in many of our parishes, because you really do make this Archdiocese much more alive and faith-filled, and you make it young. And I'm very grateful to you for that, and thank God for you and for your faith. Well, we're into the Mardi Gras season, as we all know. I should have worn some beads or a mask, but and this is not a mask. Mardi Gras, I think, is a great time of the year for us in the city of New Orleans and in the Archdiocese. Having been away for 9 years, I would always see Mardi Gras on television and realize that the media, the national media, really doesn't capture what it is. There are a few dangerous things about it. There are some things that are pretty risque. But for the most part, for the 90% of Mardi Gras is just a tremendous celebration of family. It's a tremendous celebration of people. And I just think it's really important that we see it as that. Also, from the Archdiocese of New Orleans, we have put out some very specific reminders about safety during Mardi Gras, how we can respect one another, how violence should not be a part of our Mardi Gras celebration, how we should respect the people around us, taking care of children. There should be no bullying. So I just ask us to not only to enjoy Mardi Gras, but to pray that it really is a blessed and peaceful time for our city and for us individually with our families. I would also suggest that it's a time to spend some quality time with family. So it's not just going to parades, which is good, but what about quality time between parents and children, children and siblings? Quality time. We are so rushed in life that we don't very often do that quality time. On Tuesday night at midnight, the police, New Orleans police, will go through the French Quarter and will announce that Mardi Gras is over, please go home. And it means not only to go home, but they used to say, and I'm old enough to remember this, they used to say, Mardi Gras is over, Lent has begun. I'm not sure they still say Lent has begun anymore. I'm not sure that that would be politically correct. But Mardi Gras is over. It is a time of fun, of revelry, of the world of make-believe with kings and queens. And then we go into Ash Wednesday, which is a time of reality, getting back to a very, very real world, knowing our gifts and our goodness, and also knowing our weakness and our sin. But for us as Catholics and as Christians, knowing our weakness and our sin is not a negative experience. We know that there is a forgiving God, a God who touches our brokenness, a God who comes into the dark corners of our hearts and sheds light and forgiveness and hope. And Lent really is a time when we are called to change. And every time in my life that I have changed significantly, it's always been with God's help. I've never done it alone, and in fact, not only have I not done it alone, God has used other people to help me to be humble, to help me to change, to help me to take on a new vision of myself or a new vision of someone else. And so I ask us, as we continue to celebrate Mardi Gras and prepare for Lent, to go before the Lord before Ash Wednesday and to ask God to help each of us that we can truly enter into this Lenten season with an openness of heart. We go from a world of make-believe to a world of reality. And my friends, your world of reality, you bring a lot of goodness to that world. You also bring some weakness and sin. And during Lent, we face both with God's mercy. May God's love and mercy be with you always. Please pray for me.